Hello and welcome back to Barca Admirers. Today's episode brings you the daily news updates and the transfer roundup about Barcelona. So make sure you watch this video till the very end without skipping. If you are new to our channel, then please subscribe to us and hit that bell icon to stay notified whenever we post. On top of that, we have now also launched the membership option. If you want to be a member of our channel, then press that join button beside the subscribe icon and do the needful. Your support will help us run our channel and provide you with such content daily. The perks of membership have already been enlisted over there. Now that's enough talking, let's get straight down to the point without any further delay. For today's first news update, we have official confirmation by the club that Jordi Cryuff, the son of Johan Cryuff, will join the football area of the club from the 1st of August. Speaking in the interview after his presentation, Jordi Cryuff said that for him, coming to Barcelona is like coming back to his home. It is an enormous pride for him to be here, and his motivation to work for the club is enormous. Commenting on the situation, Joan Laporta said that Cryuff will be linked to the sports structure of the club along with Mathieu Alemany. He has had experiences in China, Ukraine and Israel, and he can certainly give the club a lot. In addition, he is also returning to his home. For those of you who are not quite familiar with Jordi Cryuff's exploits, he was always a top candidate to become the Barcelona sporting director. He just rejected working under former president Bartomeu. Here are a few highlights from his career. In 2010, Jordi Cryuff signed a 3-year deal with a small Cypriot club named AEK Larnaca, whom he turned into one of the best teams with a tiny budget, making history by qualifying for European football in his second and last season there. His first season was also decent. Next, Cryuff moved on as the director of sports at Maccabi Tel Aviv, appointing Oscar Garcia as the manager and winning the first league title in 10 years and 3 times in a row. In 2014-2015 season, they became the first Israeli team to win all the 3 domestic trophies. He made himself into a myth in Israeli football. His time in China as the manager of Shenzhen F.C. has also been overachieving compared to the resources allotted to him. He has always chosen big challenges and he has always overachieved, and that probably makes him the best fit at Barcelona right now, and I certainly personally expect a lot from him. For the next news update, there was a press conference today at 6 p.m. in the club after the board meeting. It was conducted by Elena Fort, the spokesperson of the club. The new sporting organizational chart was announced in it. Speaking in the press conference, Elena Fort said that a campaign is opened to attract members so that any Barcelona fan can become a member of the club without any sort of impediment. It is a challenge to become the club with the most members in the world. At the moment, the only formula to register as a member of the club is being present in person, but they will work so that it can be done in a more convenient way, helping to universalize the club. Now that indeed is a welcome step. Moving on to the next one, after months of delay, we have official confirmation that Ronald Koeman will indeed continue as the manager of Barcelona for the next season as well. Fabrizio Romano claims that Ronald Koeman's agents have been confident about his continuity throughout the time because they were sure that the club would not be able to find a replacement in time. Speaking in a TV program, journalist Luis Moscaro said that Laporta is indeed making the right decision by keeping Koeman. It would be incredibly dumb to sack him after the situation in which he took over at the club when no one else would. In the press conference, President Joan Laporta said that Koeman is the coach that he wants for the Barcelona first team. They have come to the conclusion that Koeman's continuity is the best option for Barcelona at the moment. He sees him motivated, excited and with the right mentality as well. The club are convinced that the next season will indeed be a great one for Barcelona. Koeman is also looking forward to getting back to work after the holidays. The president claimed that he had told Koeman that if at any time he had caused him discomfort, then Laporta would gladly apologize for his behavior. The discussions with Koeman took place because a period of reflection was required in order to draw conclusions, regardless of whether there was a contract in force. On being questioned about Koeman's renewal at the club, Laporta said that at the moment they are giving continuity to his current contract, but he imagines that they will sit down soon to talk about this issue. For now, it was important to clarify his future. Laporta said that he hopes to see a more offensive Barcelona for the next season. He wants a winning mindset in the team that takes care of the details as well, and Barcelona have to press better and also be more intense, and for that they have already announced 3 signings, and the next week they hope to announce at least 1 more transfer. Speaking about Koeman's representative, Laporta said that Rob Jansen had come to the meeting thinking that contractual issues had to be discussed, but that was not necessary since they wanted to reflect before doing anything else. He, however, refused to assess or comment on Rob Jansen's debatable tweet. Instead, the president said that the decision to keep Koeman has been made in order to build a competitive team within the circumstances that the club finds itself in. Laporta praised Koeman in the press conference, saying that he is an understanding man. He has made a tremendous effort in the improvement of the club. If his contract has to be adjusted for economic reasons, that will be discussed later on. But for now, this topic has not yet been addressed. Moving on to the following news update, Catalonia Radio reports that Miralem Pjanic believes that it is almost impossible for him to continue in Barcelona, especially if Ronald Koeman ends up staying. He wanted to have a conversation with the Dutchman once the season was over, but it never took place, and now he is intent on leaving the club altogether. Next up, we have a piece of good news as Catalan news outlet RAC1 reports that Barcelona will reactivate the La Masia Femení project conceived by the previous board of directors. The club plans to continue promoting women's sports, a rather expected move considering the fact that Barça Femení have won the treble in this year. Next, to clear up all the doubts, we have confirmation that Ramon Planes will indeed be staying at the club and he will retain his post that he held under Bartomeu. His contract was renewed a few hours ago. They will be working together with Mathieu Alemany and Jordi Cryuff in the sporting area. Moving on to the next news update, Spanish outlet Sport reports that Barcelona B player Lucas de Vega will meet with the club in the next few days to discuss his contract renewal. His contract ends in 2022 and he has already been informed that if he wants to continue, he must reduce his salary. For the next one, we have a rather interesting as well as a debatable piece of comment by Lionel Del Castillo, the father of Sergio Aguero. He said that he does not believe in Guardiola at all. He never wanted to lift the Champions League trophy. All he wants is to be the protagonist of all the teams. He questioned how exactly did Aguero end up not having a place in the squad despite Pep saying that Aguero is irreplaceable. He does not believe Pep's tears that he shed while talking about Aguero. For him, he never wanted Kun in the squad. He always wants to be the main man and not the players. Moving on to the next news update, journalist Roger Torreo reports that during a meeting between Barcelona and Emerson Royal's agent today, not only did the club clarify that the main plan is to count on the player in their project for the next season, but also they are open to extending his deal further until 2026. Now that indeed is some good news. Next up, Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo reports that Luis Rubiales, the president of the Spanish Football Federation, has decided to invite Ansu Fati for the friendly game between Spain and Portugal tomorrow. He will watch the game from the stands. The report also states that the Barcelona store of the Camp Nou will reopen this Friday for the general public after having been closed earlier due to the pandemic. Now that's all we had for today's news roundup. Moving on to the transfer section, in at number 1, journalist Jose Luis Carrasco reports that 2 out of Dembele, Griezmann and Trincao will leave Barcelona in this summer transfer window. Carrasco also explained a gist of the current transfer situation at the club. Wijnaldum's deal is already done. With Ronald Koeman now likely to stay, Memphis Depay is also getting closer. Barcelona also want to sign a defender this summer, excluding Eric Garcia. Many options have yet been reported, but no decision has been taken. Moving on to the next transfer update, journalist Sergi Sole of Mundo Deportivo reports that except something unexpected happens, Memphis Depay and Gini Wijnaldum will become Barcelona's next 2 signings. The club could seal the deals in the next week. The 2 Dutch internationals have been expressly requested by Ronald Koeman himself. In a similar report, Spanish news outlet Sport and ever-reliable transfer insider Fabrizio Romano both confirm that Depay is indeed very close to signing for Barcelona, and the club hopes to announce his signing in the next week. Depay will join for 3 seasons with a low release clause and an acceptable salary, plus objectives. As per the player's wish, he is being offered a contract until 2023-2024. The final answer is yet to be given by the player, but Barcelona is very optimistic about signing Depay, especially now that Ronald Koeman's continuity at Barcelona has been confirmed. Interestingly enough, besides having a fantastic season with his club, Depay has directly contributed in 33 goals with 19 goals and 14 assists in his last 32 games with the Netherlands national team. That indeed is impressive. Next up, Madrid-based newspaper Marca reports that the renewal of Jose Gaya with Valencia has totally stopped. He is not comfortable watching the sports project despite having signed Bordalas, and he sees that many colleagues can leave in the summer as well. Barcelona have made the first offer for Gaya with Firpo plus 10 million euros in exchange. Moving on to the following transfer update, according to a report by Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are making it very clear that they want to sign Aymeric Laporta in this summer. Laporte is said to be keen on leaving Manchester City after losing his place in the squad this season. Next up, Spanish news publication Diario AS reports in a rather disappointing tone that Koeman's continuity at Barcelona could force Riqui Puig to rethink about his future, although the player has always stressed his willingness to remain in Barcelona, convinced of his qualities. For the next one, Catalan news outlet RAC1 reports that the renewal of Ilaix Moriba's contract will certainly not be easy. The high demands of his new representative agency can complicate the operation a lot. Spanish news outlet Sport, however, reports the opposite. It states that Ilaix Moriba's entourage is surprised by the information about their supposed demands for a contract renewal, since there has not yet been any meeting at all with the club. Ilaix is delighted with Koeman and is very happy at Barcelona, and they will certainly love to continue over there. Now that's everything we have for today's episode. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to turn on the post notifications. We post interesting content like this every single day. On our last episode, we asked for 300 likes and you guys totally destroyed that thumbs up button. So now we have decided to bump up the target in today's episode to 350 likes. Please Qlers, get us to 350 likes on this video as well. Now that's all we have for today's episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.